Thank you for picking up the sticks. This is episode 125 Sticks Gaming Podcast. I am Mike Kernat. To my right is Mike Steak Carnia.
What's going on?
To my left, Art Papa Giorgio Rosian. So before we started talking here today,
put a $1 got a car. Put a $1 got a car. Put a $1 got a car. Put a $1 got a car.
These gentlemen, to my actual left and right, taking probably tell by our improved quality over previous virtual shows. We're back. We're back in the studio, if you will.
It's good because if we didn't do live, I was quitting.
Fair enough.
Like getting out of my house is 80% of the reason I do this at this point. So last year's really sucked.
I feel that a lot. The fuck was I talking about? Oh, we were talking about what we thought. These gentlemen just went gambling recently. They're like, I was hoping that they were enough that we can just do this full time and never go back to our actual jobs. And they fell a few $1 million short. So
just a few.
So then we started having the question.
Actually, I ended up further away than when I started.
I had to work 2 jobs now. So then we started having the conversation of just like, how much money would we have had to get to quit our jobs and do this full time? And we have very different answers. You said you need to be like hundreds of millions.
Man, probably like 100 million.
I thought
I would take like 100 million.
I thought like 25, 30, and Art's like $2 million.
$2 million is enough to cover my salary with a pay increase from like now to retirement age.
That's very well thought out. We also
plus
taxes.
Plus a lot of interest. You get interest while it's there. I mean, $2 million's fine as long as tax free.
Right.
$2 million coming out the other end. That's what I need. I'm good.
I think it's a little insight on each of our lifestyles. Because the minute I have that money, I'm gonna be blowing it on really, really good beer and really, really good bourbon.
My God, my action figure collection would be so large.
Oh Jesus! Oh, my Sideshow collection.
I mean,
Hot Toys collection would be insane.
If I have $30 million, I'm gonna start blowing money. If I have $2 million, and I have to live off that for the next 25 years, I'm gonna sit there and work up something where it just gives me my paycheck every couple weeks.
Well, that's true. I mean, that is a good point. Like, if it was let's say $5 million, quit my job, and then I just go to turn to streaming. Like, I mean, you're still getting some kind of income out of that. Like, I mean, you potentially could get some kind of income out of that. I mean, I'm playing my games anyways, so
do nothing.
Just scratch cards. There's lots and lots of scratch cards.
Boy, Mike, you're back at work in no time. I'd be like The Rock. I just work out all day.
That's what we call it.
Be huge.
I'll hire the people that all the Marvel actors hire to get just jacked.
There we go.
Let's go. I want you to tell me exactly what to do, what to eat for the next 6 months.
I need Chris Evans's trainer, please, from Winter Soldier during that time span.
Yoked. Anywho, this is about video games. I think is what we were supposed to be talking about today.
It's similar.
Video games. I'd be doing a lot of video games if I wasn't working.
That's so true. It's so very true.
I mean, what else am I gonna do all day? Clean?
No.
Sleep. I'm gonna sleep.
I'm hiring for someone for that cleaning job.
Shit, I wish.
Well, now you're talking about additional expenses. My number goes up.
I'm just letting you. I'm just telling you.
I thought the question was like, listen, if you wanna just get out of work and not have to work ever again, what would it take?
I think if it was like $5 million,
I can make it work with $2 million.
If it was like $5 million, I was like, okay, I'm just not going to change any bit of my lifestyle.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, maintain the life that I have now.
Yep.
Just like I said,
could I maintain that lifestyle?
That's hard, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I would need to put that money into an account that's like not accessible, and just every 2 weeks you disperse out.
You get a paycheck.
Yeah. Every 2 weeks you give me my paycheck.
Yep.
You can be like Britney Spears, where you can have like someone who is, what do they call that? The
conservatorship.
Yeah, you can need a conservatorship.
I don't want.
I'm not. No,
I don't want to entrust someone else.
I'm not putting someone else in charge of my money.
Let me entrust my own.
That's the thing. Like there would need to be like a panic button or something. Like something bad happened. I need that money now.
Yeah.
But like it couldn't be shit. I'd figure this out.
This is the best game I've played in a long time.
It's definitely the best game I've played in the last 3 weeks.
Let's get into it. Steak, what you playing?
All right. So I finished Immortals: Phoenix Rising.
Congratulations.
Yes. It took me about 30 hours. Enjoyed every bit of it, and that was skipping a ton of stuff, a lot. Like the typical Ubisoft. There's all this shit to do. And I finally hit a point where I was just like, stop doing shit. Go. I'm like, because I was honestly having no issues in terms of the combat and stuff. I'm like, okay, my abilities are definitely where they need to, like way more than they need to be. I started feeling it a little bit more like towards the end of the game. I was like, okay, the final boss was a little difficult, but not terrible. But now I've jumped into the first DLC. which I will not name. So thankfully, the day I finished it, I went to go look. So I was like, because for my birthday, you gifted me the second DLC. So I was like, okay. I was like, well, let me go look and see what the prices of the other ones, because I kind of want to do them in order. And it was $15 for the first and the third one, so $30. But the season pass was on sale for $25.
Oh, beautiful!
So I was like, perfect, awesome. So it just went on sale that day too. So it was meant to be. So I grabbed the first DLC. I won't say the name. I mean, you could look it up. I'm sure you've seen it, but I won't say the name of the DLC because it kind of gives. So
if you say it 3 times, a demon appears.
Yeah, it's kind of a slight spoiler, just for the name of it, because it kind of makes sense. But the DLC is, so far for this one at least, it's all trials, which is basically like all the nothing but like puzzles.
Okay.
And it's driving me nuts, because that's the thing about that I liked about Immortals is
just call Mike over, I'll take care of it for you.
Yeah, right. I know. Because I enjoyed the puzzle parts of Immortals, but it was nicely spread out with combat and all their exploring and all this other stuff. Where this is pretty much strictly you're going from trial to trial to trial for them. There's a little bit of exploring, but not much. And it's a lot more you really got to think about some of this stuff. Everyone they said the average was what was it, 6 hours, I think, to get through this first DLC. I'm already 5 hours in, and I'm not close to finishing it. Because it's taking me so long to not only figure out what to do, but to actually execute it.
Yeah.
Then. That's the hard part. It's okay, I get to a point where I'm okay, I finally know what I need to do, and then it takes me 20 minutes to execute one thing sometimes because of the way things move. It's crazy. So it's a little frustrating, but I'm going to get through it. Because I really, really like this game a lot. I wish I would have played a little more of it last year. It probably would have made it into my top 5 last year because I'm really liking it. And then, God, I switched the thing.
No.
Hang on a second.
So we got a bad mic or a bad cable.
Because we switched. There,
theory.
that's better. Yeah, because we switched I switched it to the other port, so it's one of the two. I'll have to. I think we have the.
Time to blow it all up and start over.
I think we have one more microphone still.
We originally had 4.
So I think
you pawned it.
It's got to be in the. I didn't do that. It's got to be in the garage somewhere. I'll have to go find it. We'll test that next time.
Okay.
Well, actually, you know what? It seems. I don't know. It seems to always be with me, so that's why that's kind of
makes no
weird.
sense.
Which is
Maybe-
unless I keep putting the same.
Are you
chord
putting
on
off some
somehow.
strange radio waves or something?
I don't know. Maybe I'll have to tag them or something just so I know. And then finally, I did start, but then I stopped because I was like, no, I want to finish Immortals first, and then but now that I'm getting closer to finishing Immortals, I'm super excited to jump back into Nier Replicant.
Okay.
Virgin, blah blah blah. It looks fantastic. It runs very smooth. It definitely feels better than it did on the 360 back in the day. It's definitely, like I said, the combat is definitely a lot smoother. It feels more like Automata, in that aspects. It still does have some issues in terms of the side quests don't have markers or anything like that.
Huh.
So you kind of got to just do it or figure it out, which is old school JRPG.
How much you're missing?
Yeah. But a lot of it's just fetch quests and that kind of stuff. It's not very story stuff. It's really do some as you need money and then probably just move on kind of thing. And then if you find yourself needing money again, go find some more of these side quests, do some, and then because they just don't feel they're not adding to the story that's going on currently.
Okay.
But the story so far has been great. I've already actually. Story-wise, I'm further than I ever got in the 360 one, which was not very far because it was very frustrating with the controls and everything. So that's great. But yeah, so that's been pretty much it.
Art, what you playing?
More Madden. I really hope that there's a lot of stuff in the presentation of the game that is not good. I really hope they look at that. So I have to hear one more time about how McCole Hardman had 2 of the fastest run times in 2019 when I'm playing in 2028. I'm going to lose my goddamn mind.
Or in the third quarter of every single game you're playing in Soldier Field, they're I love coming to this place. The same, the very first time. Sometime in the third quarter when the Bears have the ball, they say the same thing every time.
Yeah. Yeah, there's other that's the one that I keep hearing that makes me want to pull my hair out, but there's definitely other presentation stuff there that just drives me. Oh, like that. Got to the end of my season today. Year-end awards show my coach won Coach of the Year. Go into the news tab. It shows some other coach won Coach of the Year. Who the fuck won Coach of the Year? So yeah, just a lot of like dumb things like that. Like I don't get it. Outside of that, played more of Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I think is the one I'm playing.
Wildlands?
No, it's not Wildlands.
No, Breakpoint's the newest one.
Wildlands is the one that takes place in fictional Colombia that got everyone all upset.
Oh, yeah. You mispronounced Siege.
I haven't played that much Siege recently, honestly.
Really? Is it finally over?
I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, my God.
But played through the main campaign. There's a lot of content in that game.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's like 2 big story expansions. And they call them episodes. But then there's also like little like side story things. Like there's a Terminator DLC
Nice.
where you run around and you have to fight Terminators.
Oh, God.
No, it's not fun. I knocked one down. I thought I won. I didn't win.
You gotta melt them.
There is a Rainbow Six DLC where like someone's releasing like poison gas, which makes sense because when you're playing the bomb mode in Siege, all the bombs are all gas bombs. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of content in that game, and I haven't paid it. I didn't play it because they have the friend pass, where as long as somebody owns it and you're playing with them, you can just play.
Nice.
However, when you're not playing on the friend pass, you do not get any trophies.
I will allow
Yeah,
that. You get the game for
because
free.
you
I would say-
oh yeah,
I would say
exactly,
I'm playing the game for free, so I'm not really. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
What I'm curious about, like, is if I were to go pay for it now and buy it, would all the trophies pop that I should have earned? I'm not going to find out because I missed the sale on the game and it's back to full price. So I'm not doing that. I thought about buying it when it was like
okay.
when it was like $15.
Yeah, it's Ubisoft. It'll be $10 again in a couple months. So
Yeah,
just give it time.
I might be done with it by then. Yeah, that's really all I've played. I did purchase and download Returnal, but I haven't played it yet.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Well, it sounds like that's a good thing right now. With the
You know what?
patch issues
You know
that's
what?
going on.
I'm living through Outriders hell. What the hell? What's Returnal going to do to me that hasn't happened already? You know, at least I know in Returnal when I die, I'm going to lose all my shit.
That's part of the game loop.
That's such a good point.
By the way, without Outriders, 3 weeks later, I still can't play the fucking game.
Oh my God.
That's insane.
If I didn't feel like I'd be wasting a bunch of my time, I'm really tempted to get in contact with Sony Sport and be like, I want a refund.
Good luck
Yeah.
with that.
I know I
crazy.
played 20 hours of this game, but I haven't been able to play it for 3 weeks.
Bonkers.
This may be the last game I ever buy made by that People Can Fly production
Yikes.
studio.
Yikes.
I sent a support ticket to Square Enix. I'm like, hey, I haven't been able to play this game in 3 weeks. What's the process for getting a refund?
Yeah.
And like I'm like, here's what, all my loot all got wiped. Every time I log in, it says I can't connect to the server for 3 weeks. They blew past all my issues with the game. Like, you have to talk to Sony for a refund.
Of course they
They had
did.
that one ready. They were ready to fire that one back at you.
The generic response.
At least when Cyberpunk screwed people over, they offered refunds.
Well, right.
Nobody like Cyberpunk. You could still play the game. It looked like shit, but you could still play it. I can't play this game,
Right.
and people just don't seem to care that people can't play the game they paid full price for.
Yeah, that's insane. That's insane.
Oh my God. It's so bad.
Rant over for now. I might come back up later. I don't know. I'm pretty pissed
For
about
now.
it. I'm pretty pissed about
Until I
it.
think about it again.
Yeah. Like every night I go through the practice of like, or not every night, but like every time a new patch comes out, I'm like, all right, let's see if it works. Nope.
That's exactly what I did with Control. Whenever I had that
Oh,
save,
you
I had
had
to
to-
save.
yep,
Right before, I had
yep.
like it was just borked on me, and that thing would not come up, and it was like, all right, it updated. Let me try it, son of a bitch.
It's like huge patch fixes a bunch of issues, not the issues I'm seeing.
All right, I've been playing.
Mike, what are you playing?
I've been playing 2 different things.
Are you as angry as I am?
No, no, not at all. Actually, I'm doing pretty good. I've
shit.
been playing MLB The Show on Xbox, which is just.
How's it going?
Oh, okay. So I didn't play last year. I didn't play the year before. I really, really like the show having so many options now for hitting, fielding, pitching. So you can really and base running and everything. So you can really customize what works best for you. Because honestly, like the timing, pitching, things like that.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah,
good at
they
it.
have like what 4 different ways to pitch.
They have
yeah.
a 3-click timing bar. They have one where it's like a true motion where you're like taking the left analog stick and you have like 3 circles you got to match up.
That's
which is like nope,
ridiculous.
absolutely
yeah.
not. They have one where it's just I think
They got the meter.
yeah
That's
the
the 3-click.
That's
Is
the
it the
3-click
three-click one, right? Okay.
They have one where like it's it's timing, and you have
the pulse pitching.
Yeah, and you have like a cone that you're trying to get the ball into at the same time.
Yep.
Or they have like the classic where you pick your pitch, and like they'll tell you like the trajectory of the ball where you can move around, and then it fades out kind of quickly.
Right.
So you can't you get like just like a half a second to like kind of
figure out. Yeah.
That's when I use. That's when I've always used to. And hitting too. If you have like the total control hitting, where you can use the right analog stick to hit. You can use the just timing, where you just time it up and it'll hit it if you hit it. They have it where you you're actually move a circle around to square up the ball and then move that. And then you have one where it's just like you point
pure buttons pretty much
in the direction of like where the pitch is.
Yep.
Right.
So.
Yeah, the directional and the one you're talking about with the circle where you line up. That's like it's probably the most similar one, like the old Ken Griffey baseball one.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, and you get a chance to kind of try them all out and do it as, and you can change it any time, so it's not like you're locked into it.
And when you're hitting, there's like 30 different views you can pick from.
Yep.
Some of which make no sense to use for hitting, but it's an option.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I really do enjoy this, the breadth of options that I have. I'm sure there's an option to like the main gripe I have with the game is, when you're pitching, like you get like the second you get a second pulse too of like where a catcher would set up. So like you get like a little catcher's mitt where you can aim for, and that's kind of like where they, that's why the scouting report says you should pitch a certain pitch. You don't have to do it every single time, but sometimes you want to do it.
Well, I think so. Like, even when you're doing the other pitching methods, like they tell you like what they do the same thing. They put a catcher's mitt and they tell you what pitch you should throw. Mm-hmm. I think that's just like similar, like a catcher calling for a pitch.
Exactly, and your pitcher would actually like, well, if you decide to pick a different pitch, the pitcher would actually wave him up, be like, nope, and he does something else.
Okay.
So it's like that. But the problem is like when you get 2 strikes on a guy, or go to a full count, they do like a dynamic camera where you're kind of like either like looking at the pitcher or doing something else funky. So like I don't know.
So you don't see where they want that pitch to go.
Right. So I'm kind of flying by my seat of my pants, and so it's like, which is not bad, It's like one of those things too. It's like it's not
Figure
that
it
big
out.
of a deal, and I'm sure there might be even an option to turn that off. But I'm just like, it's like I don't know why you would give me less information in this moment. Or,
right.
Get good.
Well, I of course I drafted a team. Of course I am the Cubs.
Are you looking to shed payroll even though you're one of the most profitable teams in baseball?
Here's what I did, unfortunately, was I put my team together, and then I'm into round 27, 28. So I'm off the Major League roster at this point. So I got to do auto draft. And they auto drafted like every old high-priced dude that was on the market. So I was so far over on into the luxury taxes. It's like you're gonna make negative $50 million this year. I'm like, oh my Jesus. So then I was like, okay, I gotta fix this before I can even start a game. So I have like guys in like the AA that are making like $4 million.
Jesus.
So I was like,
what are you, the Red Sox?
It was ridiculous. So it's like I'm going through, I'm making, and then I'm going through my roster, and you have options where like you press X to like you put a guy in your queue for like I want to trade this guy, and then you have suggest trades, and you do like you want to do like MLB ready or you want to do prospects. So I just load up on prospects.
Cheap prospects, please.
Hell yeah! So I load up on. I now have the number 1 prospect in the land. He's first baseman, which is good. I'm not gonna go over my whole team, but
is he a real person?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know my league.
Do you know what his name is?
No.
Okay.
I don't.
Good
even,
talk.
I couldn't even tell you my entire starting lineup on my team.
Okay.
But I drafted 13th overall in my fantasy draft, so I was right in the middle. DeGrom was still there, my first pick, so I picked him. And then
that's all you need.
who was the?
Oh
my God, who's the pitcher on the Nationals?
Scherzer?
No, not Scherzer. It's like that though.
They have another pitcher.
That's Max Scherzer.
Yeah.
Strasburg.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
So he's my number 2. And then I went contact hitting the rest of the way. So I have the number 1 starting rotation. I have the number 1 bullpen. I have number 1 in contact. And I'm like 25th in power. But that's fine because I'm winning. But
chicks dig the long ball.
Hey man,
that's right.
I'm actually hitting. I'm actually leading in home runs right now too. I should probably change the difficulty on that as well. But I'm having fun. So I probably don't want to do that.
You could do the dynamic difficulty.
Yeah, I don't really want to do that either because I feel like it's going to go dynamically, like in the key moments where I want to, if I need to win a game.
I forgot. It's been a while since I touched it. I was playing that a little bit on Xbox too, and the dynamic, that will kick you in the ass. It'll kick you in the ass when at the worst times too.
The game doesn't really like. It's not trying to find a middle ground for you.
No,
it wants to push you to the point that you suck.
And I'm in there right now too. Like I'm losing games, and like it's not like I feel like I've been cheated or whatever it is.
Right.
It's just They didn't go my way today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's and that's how it should feel over a span of 162 games. I'm going to win some, I'm going to lose some. And
Yeah.
Is there an option to switch to the 60-game schedule over there last year?
my God.
Hell yeah.
Like in real life, I would love baseball. I just have 60 games.
That'd be amazing.
I think that's legitimately part of the reason why I don't like baseball.
It's a lot. I
paid attention so much last year with that 60.
Right.
Seriously,
If you-
because every game
Unless
mattered.
you're going into a team who's in playoff contention and you go at the end of the regular season, most of those games seem like they don't matter because there's going to be 158 more.
Exactly.
I do, however, love daytime baseball as like my background for my work.
Well,
That's
yeah,
just the
that's.
best.
I mean,
Yeah.
I will watch anybody. Like I'll just
Oh,
on
sure.
ESPN and be like, "Who's on today?"
Korean Baseball League.
Oof. Do you ever see their
That's fun,
trophy?
too.
No.
So they had the Korean base. I don't know why I know this, but they had the Korean baseball on ESPN last year because they didn't have regular baseball.
Right.
They had that. So
I'll say, do you not know why Korean baseball is a big thing?
So they had it on there, and their trophy is like a big ass fucking He-Man sword. Like it's this giant fucking sword.
That's amazing.
That's better than any trophy.
Okay, see this. All right, U.S. baseball. Fuck your traditions. we need to step this game up.
Oh
a
my
little.
god,
It's
you gotta look it up because it's like when they won, it's like the guy's holding up in the middle of a crowd, like he's
Oh
holding,
my god,
it's so good.
That's fantastic.
It's amazing.
That's amazing.
Then they field a whole new team next year because that guy swung it around in celebration.
Made out of pure metal.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's just like, I mean, I'm getting like all these like the packs of cards, and I don't do anything with any of that stuff, so I'm just like cool. They have like you can like add on celebrations and like walk off celebrations, which is cool. So I just want a pie face celebration today. That was fun. I can't wait to do it.
Nice.
So it's just like a lot of little fun stuff like that, along with like I said, there's so many different game modes. I've only done franchise so far, but yeah, it feels good. It looks good.
So
Yeah.
if you ever get the itch to like jump in and play as like an actual team, like if you're gonna be the Cubs or whoever you're gonna be, do the March to October thing.
Okay.
Because it's like you play a couple innings from once a week.
What I like about the way I play this is I'm not gonna play every single game. Like no way.
No,
I'm already like halfway through May. I just started playing. But the way I do it, I do like they do the I forget what they call it. Like they call it like the. It's already like the at bat's already in motion by the time I get there. Like it'd be like it'd be like 1-1 or 2-1
Right.
when I start the at bat.
Right.
So I'm like, and like there's sometimes when like I'm pitching, I was like it's 1-2, one pitch, you're out. All right, next guy. You know,
Right,
so
yeah.
it was like really quick like that. So you can finish games in like 25 minutes.
Right.
It's like me playing Madden just on offense.
Yeah, I mean for real.
Yeah, I was doing the road to the show.
Okay.
Because that was my favorite
That's
mode.
usually
back in
what I
the
always-
day.
that's what I used to play.
I love that back from back in the day. When I used to play that on the handhelds all the time, and it's cool because like they actually. So this is a Series X exclusive, I believe, or like a PS5 Series X exclusive, where they actually have video in between like stuff going on. There's the MLB network, and they're talking about teams and your team and you as a player and all this
Very
kind of
cool.
stuff. So it's like a actual like TV presentation, like so it's like in between, like when they like an actual show or whatever. So that was that was pretty cool. But I like the quickness of it and everything.
In the franchise too, when you advance your day, like when you play your game, then advance the day to go to the next day. Like they start out, they have like a radio broadcast. Like when you're watching like listen to sports radio, they'd be like the scores from the day previous.
Oh, okay.
Like they do that one of those things, and it's like it's all accurate to what's actually going on. It's
Right.
like this person like Goldschmidt hit 2 home runs yesterday, whatever
Right.
it was. So it's just stuff like that. So yeah, I'm totally enjoying it. Again, it's not like it's one of those things where it's just like it's one of those one more game type things for me too because it is so quick with the way it turns around.
Right.
I put significantly more time into Disco Elysium, but I still haven't finished it yet. It was one of those things where I looked up like, man, how long is this game? I go into how long to beat, and I'm like, it's like 25, 30 hours. I'm like, I feel like I've done that already. And I'm just like, and the game goes off of like days. Like it's like you actually and like how the advanced time is actually really smart. I really like it. It's like I can walk around for a really long time, and time really doesn't advance. Time advances when you're having like conversations with people.
Yeah.
So every single time like you interact with a dialogue choice, it moves like a certain amount of time. Or if you can like read a book to like really advance time quickly. That's like their like time skip ahead, whatever. So I was like, I'm on like a third. Like you start on a Monday, and it's like Thursday. I'm like, how many more days? I was like, I figured okay, maybe we get to the weekend because I feel like I'm getting near the end of like the investigation. Yeah. And it's just like. And I look up, it's like next week Thursday, like what the or like Wednesday. I'm like, what's going on? Like how many? I got like a week still to go on this thing. But I got to a kind of a pivotal point, which skipped ahead a couple of days. So I'm like, I'm in the next week now. That that pivotal moment is so cool, and
Nice.
it's like one of those things where just like when you're looking at the quests. When you're looking at the quest, it tells you kind of like gives you a little bit of guidance on what you need to do. And did I talk about the talking tie last time?
I don't
No.
think so.
All right, so you have a talking tie. It's like it's one of those many. It's like this.
That's it. That's it.
Just that's the thing. So just like when like your perception talks to you or your composure talks to you, wherever it is, your tie also talks to you, and he is a maniac. And he's like, you gotta party every time. Just like what are you talking about? Like I'm trying to solve a murder right now. Like, nah, you need to find some drugs.
I like this tie.
Like, oh my
Yeah.
god. And then there's like, but in the quest it was like early on.
Find some drugs.
No, well there's one of those, but there's a quest where it's just like, and it just says like, whatever you do, don't take the tie off. The time is coming, or something like that. I was like, okay, but I have other ties and bow ties and things like that, and the way all your different clothing give you perks, just like any RPG.
Sure.
But I have like,
Right.
I wear these pants and I have +2 composure, and so it's like, and so when I'm getting into like different dialogues, I'll be like, all right, I gotta find my composure pants, I gotta put on my logic shirts, and I need to put on my savoir-faire glasses.
That's awesome.
Savoir-faire glasses.
Maybe I do better at work if I put my composure pants on.
And I think and then you need some hand-eye coordination jackets, and then it's just so. And it's
Wait, am I in a prize fight or am I in a work presentation?
well, someone might throw you something, and if you don't catch it, then you drop it, and then you lost that item forever. That happens in the game. And they have it's actual like dice rolls, and they have like white dice rolls where like it'll say like empathy.
You should put on your bend over bikini to pick that thing up you drop.
It'll be like empathy, challenging, and I need to get over a certain die roll to get it. But the text will be in white. And if I miss that die roll, if I improve my empathy later on, I can do it again. Like I can try it again. But they have red ones too. You got one shot at it, and sometimes you're in the middle of a conversation, you can't go put your composure pants on, so you're just kind of you gotta wing it and hope you get it right, or hope it's what it is. And sometimes when you get the right die roll too, it still ends up being kind of a bad outcome. Like you shouldn't have said that.
Oh, okay.
And you can almost all dialogue is skippable too. And it's like the amount of choice and levels, and this I can't even imagine. I can't even fathom how they put this game together. There's so much going on in there. But going back to the talking tie, they had that quest, and I was just like, I don't know what this is. I can't. But I'm not going to risk it. So I kept the tie on for that entire time, and it paid off. So keep the tie on, people.
Nice.
You're playing Disco Elysium. So I'm at that point right now. It was just like I'm really only have like 4 or 5 open quests at this point.
Okay.
I have all my Monday quests are done. I found my gun. I have found my ID badge. I found my car.
Drop the gun.
And there's just so many just memorable characters and so many just different things to do and interact with, and like just like little one-off characters you see from time to time just have this weirdest conversations with you. And I couldn't, and I definitely missed out on some quests because I got too far out in the story. Because there's portions of the game where you're always with your partner, and there's and sometimes when you'd have these the choices to make, or these die rolls to do, is like it'll say like -2 because your partner's with you. So and the way you get your partner to go away is every once in a while he needs to like go back to the station for some reason. So he goes in his car and you tell him, all right, go take care of your business at the station. So I'm by myself, or you need to do it at night when he's in bed. Like he's like, you go to bed. Like the character goes to bed. You both say goodnight, see you tomorrow. He goes away. I go back out my door and go back out. And I could not find this character that I needed to find. She wasn't where she was supposed to be. I finally got the dialogue choices to get to the point where she's like, okay, I'm sorry, I won't go out at night anymore. I'll be here at whatever it is. That day, I didn't even get to night when I got too far in the story, and now she's MIA. She's gone again. So just like, I definitely missed some stuff. I know I missed some stuff.
God damn it.
But what I love about it is like the game lets you keep going.
Right.
So like I said, you can miss very important things. And there was one, I had a die roll where it's just like 17, like when I was investigating the body, from the main murder, and it was just like 17%, like just like you're missing something. Like it was just you're missing something, and my perception wasn't high enough to be just like a super easy die roll at that point. So it's like a 17% chance. I'm just like, all right, let's roll it, and I rolled it, and I hit.
Yeah.
And I found like a super crucial piece of evidence that I don't know how the game, because I was about to put him in the meat wagon and send him to the back to the police station, the mortuary. So it was like, if I would have done that and missed that roll, how does a game even play out at that point?
Right.
So It's really crazy.
That is pretty nuts.
And on top of it is just there's so much other things going on. I still don't have a political agenda. I'm just trying to stay away from that because all 4 options are terrible. It's just like, do you want to be?
I like you. Do you
want to be a communist? Like, that's a bad idea. They have one called ultra liberal, which is actually very super right wing. If you actually look at what that means.
I'll say it sounds like they'd be the same as communist, but
there is moralist, which is kind of middle ground. That's probably where I'm most at this point. But I had a chance to be like go on a full moralist. I was like, I don't want to go full on moralist either. 'Cause I'm not like that either. And then they had the last one was just straight racist. Like you're just one unbelievably racist human being. So like those all sound terrible.
That's a political agenda.
Kind of, yeah. In this game it is because like this is the whole world is just feels so realized and is so foreign but like familiar. Like there's always saying like you're on this island and like I think you're in like the 30s of their timeline, but like it's not like the 30s of like normal time. It's kind of like it feels more like the 70s like of all our time. So just like and they give you and you can find a lot of different histories of the world and the surrounding areas and they had a Revolutionary War and things like that. It was just like, man, like this. They could do stories in this forever. Like they could do stories in this world forever if they wanted to because they have so much of it established. But yeah, so I'm at that point right now. It's like I'm right at a very crucial point, and I saved right beforehand. So I'm about to make some I think some crucial discoveries here. So
nice.
I really hope to be done with this next time because when I looked it up too, I was just like, how many hours is this thing? I was like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. Like I was thinking kind of the drag. Like I don't know, and it's like, all right, I'll go a little bit further. And it's like, okay, and I came across the character that gave me some really good information, and then that just started the whole process over again. So
that's good.
I'm super enjoying it. But yeah, that is literally it. That's all I've been playing.
Are you enjoying it as much as all the positive reviews and award nominations would lead you to believe you would?
I think I could get there, honestly, because it's on top of everything else too, is also just a really great detective story. And like I wish it was 10 hours shorter so I can play it again and just go completely batshit crazy with it because you can do that like very easily. Like
choose the racist political
well,
agenda.
not only that, you can do that though too, but you can turn it around and like one of the dice rolls I've had literally since I've met my partner. What they have a thing called Inland Empire, which is
you in California?
No. Inland Empire is one of those internal things that you have, which I guess it means has something to do with like you're tied to the supernatural. I guess it's the only way to describe it. And I've had a choice with my partner since I met him that says like convince your partner that this murder is just covering up a super sexy mystery. No, super sexy. Like. Not super sexy, like what I'm trying to like ghost mystery or something like that. So it was just like, I was just like, what? Well, I didn't click. Like I don't want that to be the story, so I never clicked it. But it's still there. So like, and it's like, so like I could have done that from the very beginning, and my investigation would have gone very differently.
Sure.
so like, there's so many different things to do. So like, yeah, it's. I don't ever see myself playing that game again just because there's so much going on with it.
We found the smoking gun in this guy's possession. He admitted to it. Nope. Super sexy ghost.
I mean, at least that is kind of cool. Like, where it's like if you wanted to, like, you finish it up, and then like let's say like a couple of years from now, like you're kind of in a lull like of some games or something. You're just like, you know what? Let me go through this again. You could play a completely different game. It seems completely different.
I really got a feeling to be a racist looking into a super sexy ghost mystery.
I'm going to take every drug I find. I'm going to take every single drug.
I was going to say, like, the way you're describing this game, I'm like, I kind of want to play it and just do like all the off the deep end choices.
Agreed. That's kind of what I was thinking.
There's a 13-year-old kid, and
oh Jesus!
When you see him, he's just throwing rocks at a dead body that's hanging in the courtyard.
I think it's a pinata. Come on.
And he is just a horrible human being, obviously, because he's throwing himself at a dead body. But he's also a speed freak, and like he sends you out on a quest to like get speed from somebody, and you can have the option to split it with them, just steal it from them, give it to them, like. It's just really wild, and it's like one of those things. Like I can see that just.
So what did you do?
I confiscated it. I am a
boo.
Hear me out, because I needed him. I needed him sober.
At minimum, you split it with him.
I needed him sober to tell me where the armor was. Okay. And then he didn't tell me where the armor was because he was pissed at me because I took his drugs. So
that sounds right. Good for that
What's
kid.
it called? State-dependent memory. He needs to be blitzed out of his mind to remember
That's
where that
right.
armor is.
That's right.
So yeah, so like I said, it's like I don't know. Maybe I will one day get back in there again and just go and just see how crazy I can really make it and see if I can get how different the ending would be and just things like that.
It might be
But-
shorter game too, because depending on what's going on and everything, you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
I think because it depends on how you do it.
And there's so many different side things. Like I spent a lot of time trying to open up this container that I probably didn't need to do, honestly. And I really got not a whole lot from it. But and last thing I'll say about this. So they have these. As you go through, you can find them through dialogues. You can find them just as like if you pick up a book and you read it, you can get these different thoughts, and you can pick to internalize them. So while you're in the process of internalizing the thought, it'll be like -2 to your logic, and this takes 5 hours to internalize, but it's 5 hours game time. So it's like 5 hours of like you doing the choices and moving along and whatever. Then after you've internalized a thought, like it changes to be like, then it might be +2 logic plus, you have every single time you get a white check mark successful, you get an extra morale boost or something. You know what I mean? So it's just like,
Sure.
And I have a dozen of those things I haven't internalized yet because like I just, the risk of me, like there's some of those risks are just like, you will fail on every red check. Every single red one you will fail on for the next 5 hours. Like, I don't know what that game's going to bring me for the next 5 hours. So, like,
Right.
I don't want to just fail all these things. So, I didn't do it. So, there's just a breadth of choices and options and possibilities I can see, but can't experience because you only get one. I still on my first playthrough. All right, I'm not done talking about Disco Elysium. Steak, what's coming out next couple weeks?
Hang on. There we go. All right. May 3rd, Skate City, PC, Switch, PS4, and Xbox. May 7th, we know this is what Mike will be talking about next time. Resident Evil Village.
And that's what I get through Disco Elysium. So it's my first
Well, it got like a day.
I know, I'm aware.
Yeah.
And I do have a pre-order too, so it's going to be downloading tomorrow, I think. So.
Well, it got like a day.
PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox
Did
One,
you
and
pre-order
Xbox
on
Series
PC?
S and X.
Yeah.
So you can mod it and put.
Do you see the thing I sent you guys
Yes.
earlier?
That was awesome.
Someone already modded
Oh,
Thomas the Train's face on the big lady's face. So
it's the only way I want to play it now.
Does that make it more or less scary?
Does also sound like the Macho Man. So that would also be the only way that mod works.
Which system did you go for with that one?
Huh?
Which system did you go for?
I ended up doing PlayStation.
Did you play for that one?
I
Yep.
just this is stupid and it's pointless.
Because you played all the Resident
I
Evil
played
games
all
on
the Resident
PlayStation.
Evil
I hear
games
you.
on
No, I
there,
hear you.
and
I
like
hear you.
that's really it.
I mean, to be honest, when Final Fantasy 15 came out, that's why I went PS4 instead of Xbox. Like, I did this because of the same thing.
Yeah.
But this time I made the switch with Yakuza. Like, that's where I made my switch. But now, going forward, in a couple days, Judgment 2 is probably going to be getting announced.
Oh, yeah.
Super pumped. But that I'll be Xbox from now on, though. But I mean, I get it. It makes sense. May 10th. Finally, this is like the first PS5, like besides Godfall, the next then. So the second PS5 game that was ever shown off. Hood, Outlaw, and Legends for PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series S and X.
What?
It's a multiplayer Robin Hood thing.
Yeah.
That's about all I know about it.
Kind of dark,
I think I'm good.
like a dark Robin Hood type, like
I think I'm good.
kind of like a For Honor.
Okay.
Like that style,
Yeah,
like
that
a
feels-
multiplayer, right?
that
Like
feels right.
competitive multiplayer ish.
It feels right.
I think I'm good.
Oh, you'll buy it.
No.
You can-
If Vegas will get it, and then you'll get it. May 14th, Famicom, Detective Club, The Missing Heir, and The Girls Who Stands Behind for the Nintendo Switch.
No, thank you.
So they're two separate games. If you buy them together, you get a discount. But that is the remakes, bringing back an old graphic novel series.
That would have to be like, this is the most amazing thing you'll ever play at this point.
I just feel the discount to buy them together is not enough of a discount. I need them both like $10 each, like $20 for both of them.
Yeah.
I'm all over it because
And-
I hear like it's cool, and like all the previews have said like this is actually really neat. Like so,
Detective Story, classic.
yeah.
I'm gonna need that warranty for the price of on the house.
May 14th. Also on May 14th, Mass Effect Legendary Edition for PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
Either of you guys?
No,
I'm tempted only because it's been a very long time since I've tried Mass Effect, and like I've seen like the videos, and it looks great. It looks fantastic, and I just feel like it's something I should like. Like that's the thing. Like the gameplay is what it is, but like at least story wise, I feel like it's something I should enjoy.
Yeah, that seems like your jam. Like, I'm not super into the whole space opera thing. I never have been. Like I do like Star Wars and things like that.
No.
Like, but I'm not like in it. I played Mass Effect 1 for a while. I got to a planet I should not have been on, and I got stuck on a planet that there's an autosave that puts me right for a firefight that I was not prepared for, and just kept dying over and over again. And there's
that's no fun.
and I couldn't get out of it. So I was like, well, no, this is the enemy.
But
I also hear number 2 is significantly better.
See, and that's the thing. Everyone says 2 and 3 are so like. Well, 3 people have issues with ending and whatnot, but 2 and 3 are so much better. And that's the thing, because 1 is that old school Knights of the Old Republic BioWare, which is brutal. Like, as much as the story for Knights of the Old Republic's great, the gameplay is just fucking brutal.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure at this point too, I can look at like a guide, and be like, what planet should I go to? As opposed to, don't go to that one. That's where the idiots die.
If I decide to pick that up, I will be following a guide throughout it, just so I can actually get through it and the story and everything. Agreed.
I'm too busy buying retro games right now to do anything new.
Well, unfortunately, my analog pocket got delayed till October, so that has held. That has been so October they delayed it to. So now my handheld retro buying has been on hold because of that, which is kind of nice right now. But at the same time, damn it, I really want. I was buying a bunch of old handheld games that I used to own that I really enjoyed. And
I'll say, if anything, that just gives you more time to be picky and look for a good deal in the games you want.
Actually, it's kind of backfiring because retro games are skyrocketing right now, especially in the handheld market.
Yeah. Everything in games is skyrocketing.
It's crazy. Yeah,
dude,
it's insane.
I have Condemned 2 coming to me, which is like a personal one. Like I know it's not a great game.
Oh, those
I love those games.
God, Sega, I wish they would bring that back.
The last 2 I'm really hunting down at this point are, like I said, one I don't need to hunt down because it's backwards compatible with Xbox and I can just download if I wanted to, which is the 2 Silent Hill games that came out on Xbox 360. I know they're not good, but I want to complete the collection.
And they're constantly on sale, so they're pretty cheap actually. So worth it in that aspect.
Homecoming is available on backwards compatibility. So is Downpour, but Downpour is not digital,
right?
So you got to buy it,
right?
And that's going for like $50 or something like that, which I can't justify that for a game that's just not great.
While we were in Vegas,
yeah,
Konami mixed slot machines.
Oh yeah,
I've seen them.
Oh yeah.
With the logo on the screen, I'm thinking,
oh yeah.
I'm like, that's why there's no fucking video games.
That's why they backed out of V3.
But they didn't have any they didn't use any of their brands.
No.
It was all like random slot machines that were.
That's for pachinko machines. In Japan.
Why? Because like I remember one time I was in I don't know what was that? What's that popular Indian casino? Potawatomi.
Yeah.
In Milwaukee, they had a Metal Gear slot machine there. Yeah. So it's like, dude, but it's like, all right, if you're gonna make these machines, like, at least put, like, seriously, if I would have walked in and saw a Silent Hill machine, Art, you would have seen me the rest of the trip. Or no, you actually, if you needed to find me, find the Silent Hill machine, and that's where I would have been.
You know what? I walked around that one casino for like 45 minutes looking for the one Ghostbuster slot machine. I didn't realize the other 3 sides of it were something different. So I'm looking for the big Ghostbusters marquee, and I say,
who's sitting on it when he finds it?
There's Mike. There's the Ghostbusters machine.
He just hit a $250.
Yeah, he just wants a bunch of money. I can't play it now.
That is a good website.
Yeah.
That one, and then
I have a bunch of credit at them.
What?
I traded in a bunch of PS3 games.
Side note. This is stupid to bring up. I'm going to do it anyway. So I talked about last time, all my PlayStation buyings and things like that, and I got the X-Men Origins, Wolverines, whatever.
Oh, yes.
I played that for an hour. That game is fucking awesome. That game is so good.
Wait, the X2 Wolverine's Revenge, right? That was the amazing one.
No, it's the one based off of Origins.
Oh, based off Origins. Okay.
But no, it's like this one was like super violent. I'm like slicing people's heads off.
Oh yeah, that's Wolverine's Revenge. Yeah.
Holy shit!
Oh yeah,
that game is amazing.
throw them into the helicopter. And
Yes!
Yeah.
Oh,
that
my
game was incredible.
God.
Incredible.
Is that the first hour? Whew, love it. Can't wait for more.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. We're still doing new releases.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're still doing this podcast.
Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, we have a topic today. Right? Who cares?
That's fine.
I was
We're
wondering,
killing
like, do
time.
we have a...
Nah,
No,
we're
we don't.
We're going to do news and go to bed.
Yeah.
Sweet.
May 18th, Days Gone is coming to PC. And on May 20th, Rune Factory 5 is finally coming out for the Nintendo Switch. Your PlayStation Plus games for May, Wreckfest for PS5, the PS5 version. It's kind of like a Burnout.
Breakfast.
Is it Burnout? Or, yeah, or is it
Kind of like a
Destruction
Burnout.
Derby?
Well, kind of a mix of both.
Okay, I'm down with that. I like those two things.
I like one of those things.
Battlefield 5 for PS4. And Stranded Deep for PS4.
Stranded Deep looked interesting. I like this one of those like first person survival, but like really kind of goofy. I will not be giving Battlefield 5 another try.
Oh, why not?
No.
It was broken.
Oh, why not?
Well, it's on Game Pass if you really want to, anyways.
That's where I played it, and it was broken as shit.
There you go. And then your Xbox games with gold for May. Armello is going to be available from May 1st through the 31st, and Dungeons 3 available from May 16th through June 15th. And then your Xbox 360 games that are also playable on your Xbox One, Series S, and X. Lego Batman available from May 1st through the 15th.
Yay, more games to play that make me hate my kid.
Yay!
And Tropical 4 from May 16th through the 31st. And then we have our first batch of May Game Pass games. Available now. Dragon Quest Builders 2 for console and PC. This is a new release for Xbox and on Game Pass right away, as Dragon Quest has been, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, very cool.
I'm glad I've held off buying it for this long. May 6th, FIFA 21 for console and PC. It's getting added to EA Play, which is part of Game Pass.
When I played FIFA for an hour, played Volta, that shit was fun.
Also on May 6th, Outlast 2 for cloud, console, and PC. Also on May 6th, Steep for cloud and console, which if you've never played is actually a lot of fun. Especially for Game Pass. Why not?
Sell you those t-shirts, man. Don't want to get sued, though.
Finally, Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD Remaster is coming to console and PC on May 13th.
Do you ever play 10-2?
Yes, I did. On my Vita, actually. I played through it.
Okay.
I enjoyed it quite a bit.
I really did like 10.
This, I've already told myself it's not going to happen because it's going to happen. Not to do it, but I'm going to play through it, and it's going to push off because 10. That is another one of like anytime 10 came out with another version, I bought it. Like the Xbox version, honestly, I actually kind of held off on only because like I already had the PS3 one, I had the Vita one,
yeah,
and then I had the PS4 one. So I was like, no, do not get it on Xbox as well. And then, but now that it's on Xbox on the Game Pass, god damn
Why not?
Why not? We're gonna give this another go again.
God
Because,
damn it,
oh
why
my
not?
God, especially like those first like 5 hours of that game. It's like I mean it's very good throughout, but those first 5 hours are so good. Like I'll sit there and I'll probably play through the first 5 hours in one night.
Yikes!
Oh yeah,
What's it like to have time?
I mean it's great at the time. It's terrible that next day because that means I got like 3 hours of sleep.
That's fair. That's
Yeah,
fair.
that was what happened with Final Fantasy VII Remake came out. For like 2 weeks straight, I was getting like 4 hours of sleep. I was a little irritated those 2 weeks on stupid stuff.
And that's why your cat's face is flat. I get it.
Yeah, pretty much. Also on May 13th, Just Cause 4 Reloaded. So I think this includes like the DLC and all that kind of stuff.
I would assume so.
Reloaded, yeah, for cloud, console, and PC.
That'd be a good cloud game.
Yeah. So something to jump in, do a
Yeah.
little destruction for a little while, and then jump out.
Oh, by the way, MLB The Show is a terrible cloud game.
Oh, I could see
Yeah.
that.
Terrible.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Terrible. I gotta try it.
I've played that game against other people online before.
Oh my God.
And it's hard enough to catch up with a goddamn fastball. I can't imagine it with the little bit of lag you'll get in the cloud.
Right, yeah.
I was late on everything.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Maybe that'd be perfect for me because I'm way early on everything.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
I'm only playing the cloud now.
Wheels turning.
I will be awesome.
Also on May 13th, Psychonauts for cloud, console, and PC. So if you've never played the first Psychonauts game, it is great, which tells me I think Psychonauts 2 is just around the corner by adding that now.
Nope.
Uh-oh.
I doesn't care.
On May 13th as well, Red Dead Online. So not Red Dead 2, but the online will be
Good.
available for cloud and console.
Good. Now put out GTA Online and break it away from GTA 5 so you can put out GTA 6, you sons of bitches.
It's just never coming. It's just not.
See, here's the thing. Like, I want it to come, but I don't because I'm fearful that they're going to turn into something I don't want it to be.
Yeah, I hear you.
They're going to turn it into a MMO or something.
No, don't say that.
Oh.
And then,
Can we just? I just want to return to Vice City.
Can we just get a Red Dead Redemption 2 re-release on Xbox Series X? Can I just get I know. I'm probably the only person
No.
that wants that.
That's gotta be coming.
But
No, that's gotta
You wait your
be.
goddamn turn.
I would rebuy that game.
I'm actually kind of surprised they haven't
Wait your
done
goddamn
something
turn.
like that already. Also on May 13th, Remnant from the Ashes is coming to PC. Then there's a whole bunch of DLC game updates and ultimate perks if you play NBA 2K1. Go grab that.
Spotify too.
Spotify again?
Yeah, 4 months of premium
shit.
or ultra.
Oh yeah. Oh, new member only. Damn it.
Sorry
I was
about
gonna say I was hoping I can add it to my. That's okay.
You can just use a different email.
That's true. But mine's connected. But my got all my playlists, all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff, all that good stuff.
Well, can't you share play? Never mind.
Unrelated note. Did you see the Planet Coaster Ghostbusters
Yeah.
DLC?
Yeah, man, I told you about that before releasing console.
But did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it on PC.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know if it's just. I know it was a thing, but I saw the video for the first time.
I was hoping winning that from Major Nelson. I was hoping.
Man, so DLC works if you buy the DLC and have a Game Pass game, right? Because you're downloading
Yes.
it.
Yes.
That's gonna happen.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's definitely gonna happen.
Before it was announced for consoles, wasn't out yet. I looked through all the shit on Steam, and I was like, "Oh man, there's so much DLC."
Yeah.
And there's some of it I would actually pay money for.
They just put out a Ultimate Edition of Planet Coaster for like $90, but it doesn't include this, and it doesn't include the Ghostbusters thing. So how
that's kinda
ultimate can
weird.
you be?
Yeah.
It has a ton of stuff.
There's like you said, there is a ton of stuff.
That game is fun though. I like that game.
I was like, "Have you played that?"
Yeah.
I gotta
it's one of
jump
those things
into
like
that one of these days.
I think I downloaded it once upon a time.
I
I think I own it on Steam. Never played it.
that was probably I think I played that on my Series X maybe first.
It was one of the first things I downloaded. I never loaded it up, but it was one of the first things I did download on there. I tried playing it through the cloud. I was having some bad connections with the cloud with that. It was tough.
And like that's a really tough one to play on a small screen because
Yeah.
there's so many different management things to do.
Yeah.
But honestly, like I really did enjoy it. I just played like the scenarios, and that was super fun. Like I didn't even get into like the sandbox, you make whatever you want to do type of stuff yet.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love that game.
And then leaving May 15th from Game Pass, Alan Wake on console and PC. Battlefleet Gothica Armada 2 on PC. Dungeon of the Endless Cloud console and PC. Final Fantasy 9 is leaving.
PC only though, right?
Console and PC.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Hotline Miami is leaving from PC. And Plebby Quest The Crusaders is leaving from PC.
Extra.
It's time for some news. PlayStation centric this week.
What's going on?
Oh, man. What's been happening?
I don't know. Let me find the doc here. Oh, shit. Okay, there we go. So PlayStation has announced that they are changing their mind on closing the PS3 and Vita stores.
Hey, you're all welcome. All right. I spiked those.
Hey.
I spiked those sales.
Hey, wait. We can still make money off this stuff. Every 6 months now, we're going to threaten to close it.
It's gonna be like what was the Adam Sandler movie that had a store that was always like they had like a store that was like always closing, but it wasn't actually closing.
No idea.
I don't know either.
It's not one of the Adam Sandler movies I've seen.
No, it's one of the bad ones.
Explains what. If it's anything older than 50 First Dates, haven't seen it.
Okay, I don't know. I feel like
anything newer than 50 First Dates.
I feel like it's Little Nicky.
Seen that one too. That's not a good one.
I like Little Nicky.
I don't.
For stupid reasons, but I like
Okay,
it.
well,
Seriously, it's pure stupidity reason. Yeah. But I love it.
Right,
And
anyway.
Ozzy's in it.
Yeah, it's true. I think they said they still are closing the PSP store in June.
Correct.
Yeah.
Which
That's
I'm okay
I
with that.
get.
The PSP is how old?
Yeah. I mean,
Very.
it's still a bummer, but at the same time, that's
It also like shrunk
yeah.
the amount of like games are going to go away forever to like they're trapped on one system down to like I think it's only 15 or something like that. So
Yeah.
it's a very small amount of games that you could only get on PSP,
Right.
only
Games.
digital.
right.
And like I don't think any of them were a big loss, if memory serves.
Something leaked where apparently PlayStation is planning on introducing a PlayStation Plus Video Pass. I think it's being tested in Poland, I think.
Yeah.
And it's starting off with 30 movies and TV shows. The plan is to rotate stuff out every 3 months. I hope this isn't their answer to Game Pass, because I'm not buying it.
I mean, I'll take an extra feature, but I also
don't get me
agree
wrong.
that it's not a Game
It's
Pass.
one of those things like, Amazon Prime, and they throw
Right.
Amazon Music at you. Cool, I don't want Amazon
Yeah.
Music, but I guess it's fine that the option's there. I may use this more than any of the crap they threw at me with Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Also, remember like 9 years ago, everyone killing Xbox at that first Xbox One reveal for being a everything
Madden,
platform.
NFL, TV, Madden, NFL.
Yeah, this I feel like everyone's just kind of shrugging at, but my how times have changed. When did Don Matrick change his name to Jim Ryan?
Yeah.
Well, aren't they one and the same? They wear the same mask.
Say the same dumb stuff.
They feel like the same person at this point. With
Yeah. Again, this is just like, cherry on the top, cool, and whatever. But like,
It's one of those things. Yeah, if it's a feature, fine, whatever. But don't come out and tell me how you've given me added value when it's something I didn't want or need on my game console.
let me give you a fifth tire for your car.
I only need 4.
but thank you.
Yeah, I mean,
We're gonna give you.
I'll take it.
We're gonna give you a flotation device for your car.
Cool, I'll take it.
I don't plan on being in any water, but
No, yeah,
great.
I don't know. Whatever. We'll see what. I wonder if they can do interesting things with that though. Like, kind of like give us access to movies like before, or like when it goes on demand. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you can watch it. You know what I mean?
And
Like,
it was also funny because
like-
didn't PlayStation just like get rid of all their TV stuff?
Yup.
they did.
So like,
Which makes no sense. Right, exactly. So that makes even less sense.
hey, I mean, it's a pilot thing. It's shit gets tried all the time. McDonald's used to sell lobster in Canada. So who the fuck knows?
Gross.
Which I actually heard was very good.
It was a hit.
It was supposed to be very
It was
good.
a hit.
Sure, if you're willing to eat things that have lived in the water.
Fair enough. Lobster's actually one of the only things I will eat. That's from the
Gross.
water.
Last thing I have here is PlayStation announced that they have entered the latest series of funding and are partnering with Discord. There's really no details on what that means.
Well, it was just like, it's happening, and next
Cool.
year, and then that was kind of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so the thought is that it's going to lean into cross-play compatibility with PC gamers. Be great if Xbox can get in with Discord and we can just all talk to each other at the same time. And
But also, this like, how would you rate the party system on the PlayStation 5?
meh.
Right. So
It gets the job done. I wish there was something easier and more intuitive. From what I hear from everyone who uses Discord on a consistent basis, it's awesome. I mean, we used it for our remote calls and it was fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if they can find a way to make it... I think part of it now is the way they have the whole party system and friend system set up on the PS5 seems less intuitive than it was on PS4. But I mean, the voice chat works fine as long as my network connection is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, and after the most recent PlayStation 5 firmware update too, like the whole the way they look at friends and
They
parties.
changed it a little bit, which makes it better.
Yeah.
And they made it better.
I don't have to scroll past all my chat parties to
my
find my
God.
friends list, which was dumb.
And it's like, oh, who's online? And I got to scroll all the way down. Like, oh, it's one of Lucy's
That was
friends.
so stupid.
Why are you friends with grade school kids on
Because Lucy
PlayStation?
wants to play
Because you're
Minecraft.
a pederast.
Lucy wants to play Minecraft.
It's not going to hold up in court, Mike.
Watch the logs. You
Better-
think I'm popping trophies in Minecraft this year?
You better start getting on one of those VPNs. It doesn't log anything. Wait, PlayStation also logs up. You're screwed.
But it's the kid. It's for the children. Anyway, shut up.
For the children.
For the chidlins.
Anyway.
That's all I had for news. If you're wanting to get into some really interesting deep dive stuff, look at everything that's coming out in the Epic versus Apple lawsuit.
Oh my, so much.
And you can see just how much all of the fan-friendly people at PlayStation thought about crossplay and how much they considered what it would do for their players and their fan base. They didn't think about their fans or players for a bit. They wanted to know how they get money out of it.
Yep.
There was that.
That's really it. And
there was also talking about how Microsoft wants to take less of a share of the of games sold in their digital market, a la like the Epic Game Store.
Yeah.
Also talked about one of the things I think makes so much sense and I didn't think of before was just like, all right, you put your game on Game Pass, but if you sell any copies of your game along the way, then you get the 82% or whatever it is. Like you get the higher percentage points if you put your game on Game Pass and then sell your game later on or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So like, or if like, so like.
Oh, so I see what you're saying. So
if,
motivate them to put it on Game Pass at first, and if they ever sell any copies,
I don't know if it's ever, but it's just like at the same time because like
No.
I have Game Pass. If
during.
you don't have Game Pass and you buy the game, then whoever the developer gets 82%. So I have Game Pass, you don't.
Sure.
The game's still available in the marketplace, right?
Right.
Right. So you buy the game because you don't have Game Pass.
Right.
82% of that goes to the developer.
Right.
As opposed to normal 60%.
30 or 70 went to the
70,
developer.
Right,
70, yep.
Yeah, that's interesting. There's also stuff in there how basically a lot of it is basically Epic tried pushing everyone into crossplay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Microsoft and Phil Spencer seemed to be really into it and wanting to work with them on it. PlayStation was not at all. Nintendo's a bunch of weirdos.
Yeah.
So I don't think Nintendo just understood what they meant by that.
Maybe.
When it comes to anything online, I assume they just don't understand the lingo.
How do I get your friend code?
Yeah. There's also a part in there where
Internet?
You mean the World Wide Web? When Epic was negotiating with Sony about the crossplay stuff, it was like they offered them like, here's the roadmap for, you implement crossplay, here's everything we'll give you, and it's basically like a roadmap to make Sony look like the heroes and the good guys. And when Sony said, what's in it for us, basically after that, Epic basically said, this is gonna happen. You can either get on board or look like the assholes.
Right.
And they did for a while.
I mean, but this come out, they still kind of do.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad when you like all these people who like when they're on podcasts or other web series come across as like good guys, and you see their names in these email chains, and they're just kind of typical corporate, rank and file,
Trying to make that money.
Yeah.
And also just like, there's also that. There's also some weird like Walmart game streaming service that never actually happened. There's all kinds of fun stuff coming out of that
crazy.
court case.
Yeah, Xbox stock. I was just looking up. That's what I was looking up really quick. Xbox, I guess, talking about launching Game Pass on other consoles.
Yeah.
Like that kind of got leaked. Which, I mean, come on. Like with the last couple, it's got to be coming to Switch, right? Like eventually.
Maybe.
Like I mean, the connection they have, and Switch has been showing up in the background of their videos lately.
See, now that's one of those things where I'm not sure it's coming, or I'm not sure if that's them trying to do something to drum up chatter and conversation
Sure.
to put pressure on Nintendo.
Right.
Because at this point, like they've had all the stuff in the background that did come true, and now are they leveraging that to kind of put the screws to Nintendo? Like,
we should do this.
You have an audience for this.
Yeah. I think it would be genius, honestly. I mean, but
It's man.
I mean, good on Nintendo too, because Nintendo's getting a crack at that money too. I mean,
I don't know. I was. We got some look behind the curtain how Game Pass works with this whole thing. I would love to. I just want to see how they do this.
Yeah,
like how
we need the dynamics on that MLB deal. I agree with you.
God.
We totally need that. I mean, it was clearly MLB that did it, not Sony, of course, because MLB is publishing the Xbox version. But we still. I would still kill
that
to
email
see
chain,
the email chain, and the contract itself. I would love to see.
Does the Freedom of Information Act cover this kind of stuff?
I don't think so. I think it's corporate espionage is what you're trying to do right now.
Ah, yes. How do I get a job at the publishing arm of MLB? I just need it for like a week. You don't even got to pay me. Internship.
Oh, all right. That's all we got. We talked plenty today, I think. We got a lot on there. So, but next time, like steak. So, you're getting Resident Evil Village.
I don't know yet.
Huh?
I haven't decided yet.
Oh, are you getting Resident Evil Village?
I might.
Then who
You
do I
are.
see? I know I am.
I will hopefully have played Returnal by the next
All
time
right,
we.
all right, very
That's
good.
it, because my problem is I have to actually, because I refuse to play RE7 if it's not in VR, so I have not finished RE7. And
What?
this is like, I still haven't finished RE7, huh? Because I'm only playing that in VR. That's the whole point of it.
But this 8 isn't in VR.
No, it's not. But 7 is.
All right, touche.
Not sure.
No,
Not sure that's the whole point of it.
No, to be completely honest though, too. No, I also because I
I need to figure out how to make. Keep going.
I was getting to a point in my Immortals DLC where I was getting very, very frustrated, and I'm like, okay, am I going to keep going with this or what? Or do I need to take a? Or I've been playing so much Immortals, if I hit that point where I kind of need to take a break almost?
Yes.
Yeah, and I think I might be hitting that point. But because I do have Near Replicant, but also I did just today. I did download RE7 from Game Pass,
okay.
so potential's there for that.
But you don't have a VR for your Xbox.
I don't.
That's the whole
I
point.
don't.
That's the whole point of the game.
I know it is. But
We
that's,
just had this discussion like
I
30
know,
seconds ago.
I know, and that's why. So that's what I'm saying. I was like, well, maybe I should give up on that dream because I just don't have the time to hook up the VR all the time. My time's a lot more limited with VR,
Especially that one. 'cause
which is
that-
unfortunate because
it would be
I'll
different.
put good time into it.
It would be
yeah.
different if you had it on your Quest. 'Cause
Yes.
You just slap that on and go.
100%.
You have a little one running around, having
Yeah.
wires dangling all over the place is not a good strategy for keeping your electronics in working order.
See, and that's the problem with the PlayStation VR. I just can't keep it connected all the time, so I can just.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready to go. Here we go.
Yeah.
I'm going to pop it on. Like
Right.
I can't. Well, plus without the with the HDMI or I have got the old ones. The
Yeah.
HDR output does not exist either. I have to actually reconnect.
Unhook
I have to
it, yeah.
plug everything, which is a pain in the ass too. Or maybe just wait for that PlayStation 5 VR next year. And
Yeah,
You
maybe.
could always just play the game and then go back and revisit it in VR.
yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking right now. Honestly, just get through because I do have credit because I had MLB The Show reserved at GameStop with a bunch of store credit, and I'm like, well, that's just sitting there at the GameStop right now. Maybe
I traded. That's why I bought Returnal. I traded in a bunch of shit at GameStop.
Oh, there you go. Yep. So I'm like, yeah, maybe I should move that over to Village and just pick up Village.
I almost impulse bought Returnal. I was like, I gotta
Me too. But then the more I read about it, I was like, don't do it.
I
Just
mean,
don't.
I mean,
Honestly, okay, so the game for the most part does not seem like it's up my alley. However, I keep hearing about how it actually ties in all the next gen features of the PlayStation. So I'm like,
I know that's what's Yep.
so little things have actually used this shit.
I know.
I feel like I need to try this out.
I hear the 3D audio is incredible. I hear the haptic feedback is incredible. I know. I mean, that was.
And
I had that same thought in my fight in my head. With
the
that.
only reason I didn't was just because I said I got Disco and then I got Resident Evil.
Disco Fever?
I do actually right now. I wish I had 4 more hours of today. I can probably finish it.
Well, I mean, you can go home and just turn the clock backwards.
No, my body. I can't turn my body clock backwards. But yeah, I got that, and I got Resident Evil coming out this week. So I'm like, I know I'm playing Resident Evil,
Right?
And like, I'll get to Returnal eventually.
Yeah.
And maybe by the time you get to it, they'll knock $20 off the price.
That'd be great. And then Ratchet and Clank will be out, and that was great.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's Ratchet and
State
Clank's
of
coming
Play.
out.
Did you guys watch that State
I
of
didn't.
Play?
I'm
done.
I'm on radio silence.
Yeah, I'm,
Okay. Well, I it's Ratchet. They didn't show. Honestly, I mean, they showed more, but it wasn't like
they showed 15 minutes of gameplay.
they did. But it wasn't like I don't know. I didn't feel like I gained. It was more me just staring at the visuals because I watched it in 4K after the fact, and oh my god, it looks so good.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that one too.
Yeah, I'm so pumped.
Did you ever play through the one that put out a few years ago?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was the first one I think I played all the way through. I played Future Crack in Time.
Oh yeah,
something
PS3,
like
the PS3
Yeah,
one.
I
That
played
one was awesome.
That was really good.
Really good. Yeah.
So I played that one too. I missed all the handheld ones, and I played I just played that one because I think I was just looking for a game to play, and it was $40 last time. I was like,
Right.
I'll just play this game, and I loved it. All right, Resident Evil, Returnal, and whatever the hell they explain next time.
While we were sitting here thinking, I came to realize I need more than my $2 million to never work again.
Okay, so where are you at?
Like 2.5. Hey, listen, I cover the health insurance for my house. That shit costs money.
It's gonna be even more expensive.
Yeah, it might be
$3 million.
I was
I'm gonna say you. I mean, you got like
that.
25-ish more years here before you're collecting Social Security.
Yeah.
If there's Social Security
That's
left.
tight.
Listen, if you tell me I can, if I'm going to Bill Gates to lighten the load before he has to split the money in his divorce, Sure, I'll ask for $50 million. If you're asking me like, what's the bare minimum you need to quit your job? Okay, if I can quit my job and keep living the way I live now, $2.5 million.
Fair enough.
There's 2 new single billionaires in the world right now.
Listen,
and I'm gonna hook up with one of them.
Listen, I told the
Bring
wife.
that money to this podcast.
I told the wife, I'll go for Melinda. You go for Bill. We'll try our luck.
Either or. I don't.
It doesn't matter.
Either way.
We just need to land one of them.
It's fine.
Oh, I mean, maybe I'll go for Bill. I don't care for half of the world money or whatever the hell he has at this point.
130 billion.
Yeah, I can.
Jesus.
That's definitely over my money threshold.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? You can even keep like 100 and okay, like, let's get split in half. You're picking one of them, so they get 65 each. You can keep 64.99 for your charities. Just hook me up with that last 0.1%.
That's all I'm asking for. That's not too much to ask for.
Or 0.1 billion, I guess, not 0.1%.
I think that's really the next update. Is how have we progressed in our?
Boy, I'm glad we didn't have this conversation 3 weeks ago because I regressed.
Yeah.
The cost of a hotel room and some other stuff.
That's all right.
Yeah.
A lot of booze and a lot of shitty pizza.
Well, you had fun.
I had fun.
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
I almost punched a guy on the strip, but I had fun.
Tell me a story off the air.
Yeah.
See you next time, stickheads.